Hey everybody, Jason Trafford again here from Total Business Solutions, Tax and Accounting Services here in Phoenix, Arizona. This is number 4 on a 4-part series of the top 4 business deductions. These top 4 business deductions are ones that are generally missed or maybe done wrong, maybe causing review letters from the IRS, possible audits. Some of them are considered the red flag items. This one here is travel. This is number 4 of the 4-part. We went over meals and entertainment. We went over automobile, and we went over home office. The travel one is the last one, and it's a pretty straightforward one, so let me get to it. Travel is pretty easy. The biggest deal here is we're going to see this word intent again. And intent is huge because your business, the intent has to be there for a person. And I'll give you a little example of what intent really means, because for people like myself as a transplant here to Arizona from Michigan, I've been here 9 years, but my whole family's in Michigan, and I lived in Michigan for 30 years prior to coming here. So a great deal of my life is still in Michigan. So it's hard for me to convince the IRS when I go to Michigan that it's about business. However, I have business in Michigan. I have clients in Michigan. I have investments and associates and business associates there in Michigan. So every trip I make to Michigan is not personal. As a matter of fact, more times than not, it's about business. But it's hard for me to convince an IRS agent because I have to treat the IRS agent as if he knows my personal life, because he may ask a question like, well, from our files, it looks like you've lived in Michigan most of your life. Wouldn't you just be going there to visit your family? Just recently, I went to Michigan for my cousin's wedding. And so while I was out there, though, I met with a business associate, took them out to dinner. That meal was deductible. However, the rest of the trip was not deductible. My intent was to go to my cousin's wedding. So as you can see, if I switch intent and say I was going out there for business, and while I was out there, I went and visited my cousin or took my cousin out to dinner, well, that portion is personal, but the rest of the trip is business. But the IRS is not going to buy my deduction if they find out that my cousin's wedding was going on the same week, and I just happened to swing by my cousin's wedding while I was out there. The intent is probably obvious that I was there for personal reasons, happened to conduct some business while I was there. So you have to make sure that the intent lines up appropriately. Because if I do some personal things while I'm out there, as long as I subtract the personal things from my deductions, so from my deductions here, so deductions less personal, that's what we want to make sure that we're doing. We want to make sure that I'm not throwing personal stuff inside of my deductions. These deductions are, airfare, rental car, lodging, meals, things like that. So, these are the big ones. Your transportation, what that costs, your lodging, your meals, all these things. These are huge deductions. Now, if we start throwing in family dinners, outings like ball games and such, when we start throwing in these things, we really start to muddy this whole process up. And if you muddy the process up, you're going to run into issues with the IRS, because the more you start making the IRS because they will err on the side of personal. So if they start seeing a bunch of personal things commingled in here in this list of stuff that you try to pass off as business travel deductions, well, you're going to have trouble, and then they'll just throw all of these out and call them all personal, and then you can't take them. So we don't want to be there. The intent is right. You want to make sure that you use the deductions less anything personal, and you want to make sure that it's something that comes up a lot. It's ordinary and necessary. So ordinary, necessary, quite simply just means is it ordinary, necessary, commonplace, basically, in your line of work to be doing the things that you're doing while you're out there? a lot of people, if your business is very local to say something in Arizona, it's not likely that you're conducting business in other states or certain states. Like say if your business happens to be solar, and Arizona is a hotbed for solar, and it's a hotbed for everything, but it's a hotbed for solar, and you're spending a lot of time in Seattle where it's cloudy all the time. Somebody might start to think that maybe it's personal. So you better have, and it very well could be business. You just want to start making sure that when there are questions in the way it's, what's ordinary necessary, that you have a good answer for it. Because everything on the planet is deductible if you have a business purpose for it. So, again, that was travel. That was part 4 of the 4-part series. The top 4 deductions are, once again, meals and entertainment, home office, auto, and travel. So, if you have any questions, feel free to email tbsstrategy@gmail.com. Subscribe to my YouTube, TBS Strategy. We'll have a lot more of these coming up. And follow me on Twitter at TBS Tax. So again, my name is Jason Trafford, Total Business Solutions. Tax and accounting firm is our business, and it's located here in Phoenix, Arizona. And I look forward to hearing from you. And I look forward to doing some more of these videos. So I appreciate your comments. Thank you very much. Have a good one.